Namaste friends, and welcome to Ayurvedic Lifestyle Tips with Lala. In today's episode, I'll be talking about and demo how to do khichdi. Khichdi is a staple in Ayurveda, and for good reason. It is both cooling and has sattvic qualities, which means it influences the mind in a peaceful and harmonious way. Khichdi has traditionally been used as a mono diet when we go through cleansing periods, such as Panchakarma, which is a traditional way of cleansing in Ayurveda. And also, if you're needing a break from too much different kinds of food and you're just wanting to focus a little bit more on a mono diet, then we would do something like khichdi for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Traditionally, it is simply mung dal. Dal means a bean that's been split in two so that it's easier to digest and it has less cooking time. And then the other star ingredient is basmati rice. So these two combined makes a perfect amino acid profile. It's very easy to digest, and with the added spices that we're going to put in, it's going to help clean any toxins off of the digestive tract and help with creating good elimination and building that stimulating and enkindling Agni, that digestive fire of ours. I have created this beautiful dal khichdi spice mix that combines all these digestive spices, so it's really easy for you to use. You can certainly also make your own, and I'll quickly go over what the ingredients are so that if you feel inspired, you can venture out on your own for sure. So the ingredients in here is cumin, coriander, and fennel. And those three combined are superstars, and they're what we call tridoshic. That means they're balancing to each different doshic type. So those are good together and good for everyone if you're cooking for your family, let's say. Then we've put in turmeric, which is a potent anti-inflammatory, ginger for that reason also. Some mustard seeds and fenugreek seeds. Fenugreek seeds are incredible to clean the lymphatic system and really adds great flavor to. And then asafoetida, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with. It's a very interesting, it's actually a resin from a fennel plant. And it lives inside this little jar here because it is so potent in flavor. It is very, very pungent. Very similar to garlic, but with a little bit of sour sock flavor. We add that in because it's also called, by the way, hing, and it really helps in kindling that Agni. So if you're having digestive problems, you can add that to the khichdi as we're doing here, or to other soups, or sprinkle it on food. Really good to do. A little goes a long way, so just a pinch. So to make our khichdi, the ratio will depend on whether you want a soupy consistency or a more thicker. So the lentil to rice, traditionally it's more 2-to-1 with rice and lentil. I actually like it a little bit lighter. I feel better myself when I do less grain. So I like 1 cup of lentil to 1/4 cup actually of rice, and I think that's also a good ratio if you're wanting to use it as a mono diet for cleansing. So the way we prepare this dish is that here we've got our little burner, and I'm going to put that on high. I've put in some ghee already, just a good tablespoon of ghee. Ghee is clarified butter, easier to digest. And then we'll put in, I'm making a smaller portion here today, but I still want to put in a good amount of the spices. How I blend these up is simply in a Vitamix, or you can use a coffee grinder, really easy to do. Spices they are dormant, right? They are waiting to have a little sunshine and a little water put on them so that they can wake up and turn into a plant. That's why we want to warm them up a little bit to kind of wake them up so that they become easier to digest. And we do that by sauteing them in this ghee. It's important not to burn the spices. We don't want to do that, so you want to keep a close eye on the spices in here. I also like a little trick here is to use a heavy bottom pot. It just makes it so that they don't burn as easily, and I feel like soups and things in here cook more evenly. What's very important with pulses and rice is that you wash it real well. With rice, we really want to wash it 3 times. And You can get away with just washing the lentils here, but if your digestion is compromised, you can soak them overnight or you can parboil them. Parboiling simply means that you put the amount of lentils you want to use in with water, you let that come to a boil, and then you strain it, and you can then use them from then on, and that becomes much more easy to digest. We want to add in our rinsed lentils and rice, and so we just add that into the pot. And then we want to coat that nicely with the spices. So make sure that's nice and coated. Give that a quick stir. Into this, now we're making it really simple. You could add vegetables, and this is the point where you would do that actually before the lentils and rice, just to saute it a little bit. And then we want to now add our water. And then this simply comes to a boil. And then when it's at a boiling point, we turn it down and we let it simmer for 25 minutes. But throughout that process, just stir it a little bit. And if it needs more water, add more water. And of course, in this description box below, as I usually do, I will add the exact amount in the recipe. We'll just add the lid and then come back in 25 minutes. Okay, dear friends, so now the khichdi has cooked for 25 minutes, and I've let it sit for, I like to let things rest for a little bit, just so the flavors can marry a little bit longer. And now we're ready to serve. I like to eat out of, wooden bowls or ceramic. I think it's nice to serve in. It just carries a better frequency. And then I like to add a little bit, a sprinkle of salt if I have it, and a little extra squeeze of lime. The mix there, the spice mix, already has salt in it, but just that extra little bit of salt to balance out the flavors. So I hope that I made this easy for you and that you'll try this at home.